What is the worst pain you felt that wasn't physical?
The worst pain, when my parents died, that was the worst. It was just like something that you couldn't stop, something that you had to accept, something that you could never forget, emptiness.
What's helped you get through that?
Memories, good memories. It takes time. Time wounds all heals. Time heals all wounds. I think that's the way it goes.
Thank you so much. What's your name?
Guy.
Guy. Hunter. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What was the name of your first love, and why did you fall in love with them?
His name was Harry.
When did you know you were in love with Harry?
Within a few weeks. We were married within 3 months. He was just the most wonderful, kindest, supportive person I've ever met in my life.
How long were you two together?
We were married for 26 years. Quite a long time ago. He's been deceased now for about 20 years. It was a car accident. Very sudden.
I'm sorry.
That's life. He'd go work all day and come home and then bring us a couple of sodas into bed, and we'd sit up all night and talk. He's the love of my life.
What's your name?
Ellen.
Ellen. Hunter. What's the most painful thing you've been told?
Ever?
Yeah.
Finding out that my father had passed away. Mom called me, sitting on the floor, crying, unable to stand up. I lost it completely. I went insane. And I'd lost people before, but this one was huge.
What's helped you get through that?
The psychiatrist gave me some of the best advice I ever got. I had every right to go insane. Just come back.
Sort of, you have to lose yourself to find yourself.
Yeah, it's like he gave me permission to feel what I was feeling. Feel your feelings, go with it, own it, and know it.
It's beautifully said. What's your name?
James.
James. Hunter. Who was your first love, and why did you fall in love with them?
My wife, of course. My wife's name is Vyoko. I actually really hated dating. It's filled with uncertainty. You're always readapting to a new person, and it's rough. It's like it's a roller coaster ride, and it's challenging. But we met and then got married after a year. So we tell each other every single day, multiple times a day, that we love each other, and still after 17 years, that's true. It's just something that deepens with time. Your lives are so intertwined and interlocked that you can't imagine living without the other person.
What's your name?
Alan.
Alan. Hunter.
I look all right.
You look good. What was the name of your first love, and why did you fall in love with them?
Her name was Holly. I asked her to go with me, and she thought about it. She said, okay. I was thrilled. I couldn't believe it. We went and sat on the back stairs of the steps going down into the basement where nobody was around. She says, no, don't try to French kiss me. I didn't have a clue. What do French do? How do they kiss? What's different? And all of a sudden we kissed, and what do you think she did? Stuck her tongue in my mouth. I'm like, ooh. Yeah! I remember leaning back and looking down at Holly and just had a sense of this is what it was meant to be in its most beautiful form. My father was a drunk and he was a child abuser. So to find love that had been removed from me by my father, all the heartache and all the abuse and all the sadness, all that stuff just fell off a cliff when I was with Holly. And even now I'm starting to feel that lightness that I told you about. It's starting to come back.
What's your name?
My name is Clifford.
Hunter. Nice to meet you.
Hunter, it's my pleasure.
What's the worst pain you felt that wasn't physical?
That's interesting. My father died when I was 14. I couldn't even feel it at that time, actually. I kind of numbed out. I was 14 years old. I just wanted to be just like my friends. I didn't even want to take it in. I think I was so afraid of losing anybody else, I didn't want to get close to anybody else, It made it very threatening to get close. I can't believe I'm telling you this crap. But when I was growing up, I think he was going through some hard times, and he was a bit depressed and remote. I didn't really get to know him as an adult and see his full self.
What's your name?
My name's Linda.
Linda Hunter. When have you felt your weakest?
I was in love with this one girl. I saw my entire future with her. When we decided to break things off, she came over to my house and I just held her. We just leaned against my car and I just held her, and just knowing that this is the last time I'm gonna hug her for probably ever. I was honestly mad at myself for how weak I felt. Now I'm a lot less susceptible to falling in love.
Do you think you'll always be in love with this girl?
Always. I'll never fall out of love with her. I think about her probably every day. Knowing that I'll never see her again, or knowing that she'll be with another man one day, married, whatever, I can come to terms with, because I know that I love her because the way she affected my life and how much joy she brought to me at a specific time in my life.
What's your name?
Pierce.
Pierce Hunter. Who was your first love, and why did you fall in love with them?
Oh, that's a good question. Milt.
Why did you fall in love with Milt?
Well, I just knew. We both just knew this was it. He was the dearest, kindest, gentlest man I ever met.
How long did you two go out?
64 years. We met in June and we got married in November. It was a blind date, as a matter of fact. Everybody fixed me up. Milton was one of the fix-ups. And after that, no more fix-ups.
What's your name?
Sally.
Sally Hunter. What was the name of your first love, and why did you fall in love with them?
Oh my God, Johnny. I'd seen him at a dance. He'd come over and ask me to dance. I thought, okay, right up my alley, you know. Oh, he was cute. Just so cute and so smooth. I was a teenager, and he did ask me to marry him. I kept thinking his mother doesn't speak English. She was Italian. We went together for 3 before we got married.
How long were you guys married?
64 years. We used to dance. I don't know what they have out there for the kids today. We danced every night. He was just different.
What's your name?
Margie.
Margie Hunter. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Who was your first love, and why did you fall in love with them?
Oh my goodness, for my husband, of course, Claude. We were 16. We met playing kick the can. We only lived 5 blocks apart, but I'd never met him before.
Whenever you met him, what did you think?
I didn't really like him.
Why?
I didn't want to have anything to do with him. He asked me for dates, and I turned him down for a long time.
What made you go on a date with him?
I guess his persistence. We went to the movies. We were in a small town. There wasn't a lot to do. We just sort of evolved together through high school and some college. He was great. We were married 63 years.
What's your name?
Anna Marie.
Anna Marie Hunter. Did you learn from your last heartbreak?
Ooh, that was recent. No matter how much you love someone or try to love someone, they have to be the ones that want to first change and love you as well, as much as you love them. It felt like suffocation. I felt like I was fighting for everything and losing everything at the same time. I just cried. Tears are words the heart can't speak, so I just cried. I thought I was gonna marry her. I told her that, and that's why I dated her. I guess she wasn't ready.
But you just kept trying.
Yeah, that's like my number one rule of life. Just never give up on it. That which gives you meaning, purpose, and love. And she was all 3 of that. And I'm okay with her leaving, because I know I tried everything possible in the world to just say, hey, I love you.
What's your name?
Tombe.
Tombe Hunter.
Nice to meet you, man.
Who was your first love, and why did you fall in love with them?
George. One day we were at the cafe and he was standing next to me in line and I'm just quivering. I sat down, he sat somewhere else, and I wrote this poem, threw it at him, and my phone number was there, and he called me immediately because I just ran. I just threw the letter to him and then I ran. I was so nervous always around him, and I loved his smile. It was kind of like a cocky side smile, you know. I can't do it, but peculiar, but it's funny, you know, it's sweet. He had this spark to him. So many good years.
What's your name?
Paul.
Paul Hunter. What was the most pain you felt that wasn't physical?
There are some people where it just never will be the right time. Everyone has a person where they can see themselves ending up with them, yet nothing has ever happened and nothing might ever happen. The idea of them is so perfect, and yet the way life works out, they will always just be that view, an idea.
Did you ever tell this person how you felt?
Not seriously. I don't think I ever could. I think it would hurt too much. I'm really good at making jokes about it. There's a real difference between being open and being vulnerable, and I'm really good at being open, but I'm not very good at being vulnerable.
What's your name?
Leo.
Hunter. Who was your greatest love, and why did you fall in love with them?
My greatest love was John. He's my soulmate. Always was, always will be. I love him forever. He's just like a part of me. We didn't think the same way. We had different personalities, so it wasn't that. He's my soulmate forever. There'll never be another person like John. We completed each other. We got married in 1950. And I have a story to tell you there.
Please.
John had 3 sisters, one of whom we got very close, so we double dated. I don't know who said it, but somebody said, why don't we have a double wedding? And we did.
How did you like that?
Oh, it was great. You didn't hear it all yet. You wait.
Okay, let me hear it.
And we had a double honeymoon. And we borrowed John's father's car to go. We were so poor.
Do you remember when he asked you out?
I do. Remember, I'm 94. My memory, okay. Let me stop and think. We would go to a 50-cent movie in Charleroi.
That's a deal.
It was sure a deal for him because he didn't have any money. It was very exciting. I was in love. I don't know. Have you ever been in love?
Yeah.
So you know that feeling.
Yeah,
it just goes all through you, right?
Of course.
From head to toes.
Yes,
yeah.
It does. What's your name?
Wilma.
Hunter.
Hunter. Did you ever hear a silly story like that?
That's a beautiful story.
We had a beautiful life, Hunter. We really did.